You are listening to the podcast To Be Single or Not to Be by Shanna Montana, a podcast where we talk about the single life, dating, and relationships so you can make a decision at the end of each episode to be single or not to be. So today's topic is entrepreneurs stand up. Does it hurt or help you when being a boss? And we know that in this day and age, it can sometimes be a challenge for women to find partners for various reasons. And we do know that sometimes it presents an issue if you are a boss. You know, if you make your own money, you run your own show. If you out here, intimidating men, as they sometimes say, that's like the new trend these days. But we'll talk about that a little later. But it seems that, some men sometimes, just being honest, think that women are doing too much. And it's sometimes hard to find a man that is okay with you being a boss, okay with you being in your own lane. And I feel that, this is a conversation that we need to have because ultimately, as women, we want to secure the bag and we want a man that is okay with us securing the bag because ultimately that means that we aren't always in your bag. So, it's like we just have to connect the dots there. So that said, I wanted to bring in some bosses who are entrepreneurs, who are able to stand up within their business and who I know could add some value to this conversation. So up first we have...
Hey guys, this is Mykia, chef and owner of Comfort to Go.
Okay, y'all hear that? Chef and owner, she can cook. Look. And up next we have...
I'm Kay. Hey guys, I am a lifestyle blogger and an on-camera host as well.
Awesome sauce. So that said, you all can see we have two legit ladies in the building who are going to give y'all some tea today on how, for the men and the women, the men, how you may need to navigate. For the women, you may be able to understand how to navigate in this world. So we're going to start out. Either one of you can go first. Tell us a little bit about your business and like how you got started doing it.
Okay, I'll go first if you don't
mind. All right.
Okay. So I've been blogging since 2013, on camera hosting for about the same as well. And I honestly just kind of fell into it. My passion was always being on camera. I love to talk. Mm-hmm. That's always been one of my things. And I was like, girl, no one knows who you are. Like, you can't just be out here trying to be just on talking. Camera. Like, who are you? So I was like, I guess I'll start a blog. And somehow, when I say it took off. Y'all know Instagram is definitely a money maker right now. Right. Lord for that. And so because all of, those platforms and channels took off, my on-camera hosting kind of took a back seat.
Okay.
I'm now coming back to the forefront of that, which has been amazing. But I think what I love about it is the fact that through my personality, I'm honestly just able to bring people together. Yes. Through it, I'm able to host different events and just connect like-minded people, whether it's about fashion, travel, beauty, or just people who want to hang out together. That's honestly what I'm able to do through it. And I'm so thankful every day.
Yes,
it's so much
that's
fun.
Awesome. Yes, I love it. If you can just talk.
Right.
And, find your lane.
Right.
Talking.
And get a check.
Right, get a check, right. That's always the goal. That's always the goal. Yes.
Okay, so I say I officially got started with business in 2017. But before that, what inspired me to get into having my own catering and meal prepping business, it started back when I was in college. So I went to Austin Peay up in Clarksville, Tennessee. And it started off as just... First of all, cooking for me is just like a hobby. It's a way for me to escape. It's therapy. It's like relaxing to me, right? So whenever...
You are one of a kind.
I'm never in the kitchen. Okay? Only the refrigerator.
Right.
Listen. So I love to eat, right? And so the thing about it was I was really blessed. Like my parents made sure like I didn't have to live like the typical college lifestyle. Like my parents made sure I had some food stamps, okay, right? They know how I grew up.
What a blessing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I didn't have to eat like a lot of fast food and stuff like that because for one, I grew up with watching my mom cook and stuff like that, and I'm in the kitchen with her because she always was like, I'm like, okay, Mom, how long is it gonna take for dinner to get ready? Well, it'll get faster if you come.
If you come and help. Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Right.
So I'm gonna come in here and I'm like, hurry this along. So anyway, long story short, whenever I was away at school and just felt like I was a little homesick, or I just needed to feel like just more comfortable, or take my mind off of whatever was going on at school, I would just cook a home cooked meal. Like I'll call my mom or dad up. Both of them know how to cook. I'll call them up real quick and like, hey mom, how do you make this? Or how do you do, like walk me through the steps. And they will literally just be on the phone with me while I'm cooking, and I instantly just feel like more relaxed and like just okay. Like it's okay that I'm making a home away from home right now. So it was just an escape for me. And so, of course, my friends and roommates, they definitely got the benefits.
Of course, yeah. You BFF.
Right. Yeah,
like for life.
Right.
So everybody's always like, hey, Mykia, are you cooking today?
Yeah.
Like Sunday, we have a little family dinner or whatever. And it was just a way for all of us to just come together, just feel comfortable. All of us, we're away at school. We're not at home with our parents. It's just a comforting thing, right? So that's part of what
brings people together.
It does, like, and good food at that.
Right.
So, not to toot my own horn.
And I can attest that her food is good. She's done my meal prep. It's amazing. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So it really started at college. I just started cooking more as a way for me to just feel more comfortable. And then when I came home from school, my sister had just had my niece. And obviously when you have kids or like just having a baby, you're not going to be doing as much cooking and stuff in the kitchen. So she's like, why don't you just, fix a couple meals for us, every other week or whatever, so, cause she has my nephews and her husband. So, that's kind of how I did
how you kind of kicked it off.
Yeah. So I have 3 components to my business. I do meal prep, private catering, and family dining. So the meal prep is just a more fresh approach for people who are like living life on the go, but they want to eat healthier things, and it's hard to do that when it's just fast food. That's like your only option.
I'm trying to tell you, it
right.
is okay.
Like, and so the meal prep part that came from just needing to eat healthier, because we are what we eat, and ultimately if we're putting that fast food in our bodies all the time, it's hard for us to keep up with the pace of things. Right. So I had to learn that firsthand, and then the family dining came from the idea of helping my sister when she got home from having a baby, and then the catering, of course, just come from people like, hey, can you bring a dish to this or do that, and it just kind of stemmed off. So those are 3 like bases that I have my business formed around. So
I love it. I love it all. So tell us, when it comes to being a boss, you all are running your own business, your own brands. So we have someone, Kay is in a relationship. We always have to have that perspective, because you can't just have all the single ladies in here just talking shit,
Talking reckless.
Right, talking real reckless, So I'll say, do you think it limits your time for dating, or did it limit your time for dating, or even now, because you're still dating your boyfriend,
yes. And I'll be honest with y'all, it does a little bit. I feel like if I didn't have so much going on, yes, we could easily be doing, 2 or 3 date nights a week. Mm-hmm. And right now, I tell him too, like, he knows I am not, I don't know why. Sometimes people say I come across as like, I like all these, flashy things. But I'm like, if you really tapped on my pictures, like, I'm pretty affordable fashion.
Right.
Like, about affordable trips.
Right.
I'm not like this lavish life, because I feel like, you can spend a little money but get a lot out of it.
Get a lot out of it. Yeah. Bang for your buck.
Yeah. And he knows that. So for me, a date doesn't have to be like this extraordinary thing. It can be just as simple as, and this is simple, y'all. Like, we just about to bust a couple blocks at the mall because I want to go shopping, and I want to do this and that, because he doesn't like shopping. So like, for me, I'm like, if that almost constitutes a date for where we are right now, because I'm literally, y'all,
we can walk around Ivory,
right? And then you let me shop, you hold my bags, and then we can go catch a movie because you like movies, and I only kind of like movies. Like, it's a good little compromise. Yeah, I think that's where we are now. But yeah, it can definitely hinder a little bit, especially when you're still trying to get to whatever that
the
first
pinnacle
that
of where you're trying to go. Yeah. How does he feel about that? Like, how do you really balance it? I get, you gave that example of a date, but does he take issue with it, or is he kind of like, okay?
No, he's okay. I think honestly due to communication. So I already told y'all I'm a talker. But I really do take that to heart when it comes to really any relationship, where it's, family, friends, but especially obviously someone you love. And we have this open dialogue. Yeah. If he says we need some more QT, like, where's this quality time? I'll be like, all right, let me put my phone down. Right. But let me check this last email. Because it might be an invoice that's paid. Like, I don't know. Right. But we really heavily communicate how we're feeling, what we're needing. Yes. And I'm going to be honest. Like, if we weren't doing that, if we didn't have that communication, we probably wouldn't make it. Because we're both so busy. But
you have to have the communication. That makes sense. And we talk about that on a lot of episodes. Communication is the key for any relationship, whether you are entrepreneur or not. Mm-hmm. So what would you say, do you think that, I know you're not in a relationship, but does being a business owner limit your time for getting out there to seek a date or seek a man or seek anything? Mm-hmm. What would you say? Or are you getting in your own way? Ooh. Look, and I
So, okay, I think that's a really good question. ultimately, what I try to tell myself is people make time for what they want to make time for.
Ooh,
right?
they sure
Yes,
do.
ma'am.
Listen, so don't let nobody make no excuses to y'all.
All DIY.
Nobody's too busy if they
All
want to do it, they're
DIY.
gonna make the time, right?
Sure will.
Get creative.
So, I've been single for a while, and I think, to be honest with you, I haven't really just decided to just make the time to actively get out there and date. But what I have found in these little maybe like situationships that I'll engage in,
We all been guilty.
We all
been guilty.
Every now and then, it's just like I don't think they take me serious when I say that I have a business or like I'm busy, like because
Explain. What do you mean I don't take you serious?
So okay, right now, well, whatever. Like my business is what I do full time. There was a point like earlier this year, I had been working as a pharmacy technician for Walgreens for 4 years. I just left in May, so now my business is my full time focus. And so what I mean by I feel like they don't take me serious as when I tell people what I do, like, oh, you just cook, like you just in the kitchen, right? Like,
like you ain't your mama or something.
Yeah,
like,
like I'm just flipping pancakes and cooking scrambled eggs and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like they don't take me serious. Like when I tell people, okay, I have a wedding going on this weekend, like that registers, but they don't register that I have to go to the grocery store, I have to clean and prep and just do all this planning stuff that leads up to it. So when I can't get to my phone because I'm spending 8 or 12 hours in the kitchen preparing all this stuff,
right, that I'm being paid for,
thank you, and paying my bills,
right,
then they it's like they'll have an attitude sometimes like, well, I called you and I'm working.
So you find that because with being a business owner and because of what you do, especially with cooking, you really can't be looking at your phone and stuff like that. You find that it creates a problem with some of these men that you encounter. So once you explain it to them, have you found that they're more understanding, or you just kind of got to release them into their destiny?
I kind of feel like they're more understanding if they're like if they see me in the action of doing it, because I don't know why it doesn't
visual
register.
Creatures.
Yeah, men are definitely visual creatures, but if you just say like, okay, I'm a caterer, I do meal prep, they think it's like a hobby or something, like it doesn't take very long, it's just something that I just do just because
casually,
yeah. So it's just like I'll explain, okay, I have X, Y, and Z going on this weekend, and it don't really register to them. I've had a few situations where they actually were like with me, like seeing me like put in the work, and they're like, oh, like that's when they take it serious.
Yeah, like you gotta
you're a whole chef,
right?
Okay.
Like nothing. I'm really in the kitchen whipping.
Yeah, like that's when it registers for them.
Yeah, and then so I think it's like when I don't have time to like just sit on the phone. Like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta make this list. I gotta go to the grocery store. I gotta order these different
I have things
things
to do.
I have things to do, but I don't know if it's just like the profession that I'm in that just don't take it serious.
But I think ultimately you are going to encounter people that don't take it seriously. But I think that's a red flag for somebody. I don't care if I say that I sweep floors for a living, whatever the case is. Yeah. If you are somebody that's supposed to be aligned with me, you'll understand whatever it is that I'm doing. So you mentioned, though, let me backtrack.
Okay.
Because you mentioned something earlier about you not really putting yourself in a position, to be out there dating. Why is that? And I'm saying this for the people that may be entrepreneurs that feel like maybe the business is taking a lot of their time, or for people that may be thinking about pursuing a business and like, I'm not going to have time for a man or a woman, whatever the case may be. So why do you feel you haven't put yourself in that position?
To be honest, I think most people can agree to this, whether they're an entrepreneur or not. I absolutely hate having my time wasted.
I'm about to shout, run through this.
Like, time is something you cannot get back.
Wasted time is worse than wasted money.
Yes. Like, don't play with my time, because time is money. So it's just like, for one, I'm a Virgo, so I don't know if anybody listening is like into Virgo astrology and stuff, but like we are very hard workers, are very committed and dedicated and focused to whatever it is, that our line of work is. Mm-hmm. So when I'm in that zone, it's just like I don't want any outside distractions. I don't want any outside energy that's going to affect me and what I'm doing, and it keeps me from performing my best and giving the best to my clients who are paying, that's their hard earned money that they're giving me. So I take that very seriously, because I don't like to waste my money, and I don't want my clients to feel like I don't take, them serious or my craft serious. That's just not it. So I think I don't put myself in those situations or get out there, because I just hate to be I just hate to have my time wasted.
It's almost like a fear.
It is. It definitely is. And I just don't want nobody to take me out of my element and take me away from what it is I'm trying to accomplish, because I feel like I'm just so close, and if I step away for a second to do it, then I might not have that same
might not
passion.
find your footing again.
Yeah, and so it's just like I can't let nobody take that away from me. Like, my business is my baby, so it's like I have to nurture it. I have to give it my time, my attention, my care. But at the same time, I can't front and act like I don't wish I had a partner, you know, and had that affection, because it does get lonely. Like, it's very lonely most of the time because it's just me and my craft.
Say that.
Just you in the kitchen.
But girl, you in the kitchen.
Girl, just me in the kitchen. And
But
then,
I think that was something that you're saying that correlates, and I think both of you can speak to this. I think sometimes the risk is worth it. They say you have to take big risks to get big payoffs.
this is very true.
You know, I think whether you're in a relationship or not, you can look at that. You know, you have to be able to roll the dice to determine, you know, if it's worth allowing somebody in my space. And ultimately, we don't know. It's all a gamble.
Yeah.
We don't know at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. And I was going to say, so I definitely understand what you're saying. Like, you feel like you're so close, you would hate to step to the side. But just from meeting you, I can tell after you hit that goal, you're going to have another goal. So then you'll still be saying, oh, well, I'm on my way to goal number 18. Tyrone, I don't have time for you. Back. No, you can't, you can't do that. And I think in my mind too, like even from like when I was dating multiple people at one time, it's like, they don't have to have 3 hours of your time, sis.
Yeah.
Like we talked earlier before the show. Listen, let's go meet for coffee. I have a smooth 30 minutes.
Yes.
So you better get it together and get going.
You better be on time.
Yes, you need to be there before I'm there.
Yeah,
Because when I walk in, we're starting the conversation. I'm going to feel this energy, see what it does. And if it doesn't do anything, you be blessed.
Yeah.
Like, everything is fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a full, let's go to this dinner, have four courses. No one has time for that.
Right,
you know?
right.
So,
yeah, when you get married.
Yeah.
This is true.
When you know what it is.
Yeah, when you know what it is. Say that
Yeah.
when you know what it is. So tell the listeners this, I'm thinking about this. Would you all say with being an entrepreneur that it does help you with meeting people? Like as far as to shoot your shot? Because that's the thing now.
Yes.
For women, I find that I was about to say something I shouldn't say because certain people might be listening.
Look, don't get caught up.
So does it help when it comes to being an entrepreneur, you feel, for you to shoot your shot or for people to shoot their shot with you because you are more accessible? Being especially with you being on TV or doing your blogger events and then you doing different events, mind you, like you said earlier, you may be doing a wedding, but you're not really paying attention to the things around. You just focus on the food. Exactly. But do you all feel that being in that lane makes you more open and available to people to approach you?
I definitely think so. I think it also depends on the vibes that you're putting out there because your vibes could be different than the vibes you receive. So you can be at the event like, I'm here for this event. I'm here to make sure I network with all these people. I connect with them. They know who I am, what I do. Yeah. And a boy could be walking up to you with she's attractive. I heard so-and-so say that she does this. She carries herself well. And you're talking to him over here trying to make a business deal, which is fine because it's get your coin. He's on the mentality of, I'm trying to see where this could go. And that obviously cause a hindrance because y'all are on 2 different wavelengths.
Yeah.
But as far as going out there, being an entrepreneur, meeting new people, definitely yes. I think you have to put yourself out there. Though. You have to. Get out your comfort zone. I tell people all the time. Can't stay in that box. You will get nowhere.
Then look at your face. So do you think, especially with you being in a line of business where you are working with people, seeing people, things of that
every
nature,
day.
You might be delivering food to somebody like,
Listen, I have had a few clients I'm just like, okay.
Right.
But I think because I'm just so naturally reserved, like my personality is like, I'm an observer, right? Like I just like to observe the energy of the room and see if I even want to interact. Because sometimes the energy just be so low and it's like,
this is
true.
I
just cannot. I just rather not. And I think that's just it could be a problem, but it's also really good. I'm just very focused.
Yeah.
But I need to open up my perspective to be more open to those things. But I feel like I do meet a lot of people in the line of work that I do, but it's just a matter of that spirit of having a spirit of discernment and like knowing.
Yes.
Because I've met a person, a few people, a few guys or whatever, where they're like, okay, so what do you do? And I tell them, and they're like, oh, okay, well, my mom needs meals. Like, they'll try to play it like that. Like, they want to engage in the business. Yeah. But then I'm like, okay, I really don't have time for this. You're really not trying to spend your coins. Right. So what are we doing here?
Right. Yeah, are you trying to talk to me or does your mama really need this meal?
Exactly. And I never hear from you again. I give you my card. Like, they will go. I had this one guy, he was like, do you have any business cards on you, any menus? And me, like, I stay prepared. So as a matter of fact, I do.
Yeah.
So,
would you like them?
Right.
Exactly. But because you think that, like I'm not that serious about what I do, you don't be expecting me to be on my game.
Yeah,
and
you
be
think I'm
on
just
point.
talking.
Yeah, and you just be talking. So I do feel like I meet a lot of people that like try to make advances, but when they see that I'm just like damn near like no tolerance, which I really need to stop being. I mean, but I just don't have time to have I hate having my time wasted. So I just be like, no bullshit. My no bullshit radar is like,
it's at all time high.
Okay.
I can't be mad.
Listen, I know.
I was like, I understand it.
Like, listen, don't come up here with that bullshit because that's not what I'm not gonna play with you. I'm
right.
Not, like I'm not gonna play nobody dusty ass son. That's
You're
right. I love to say that, but yeah, I would say it put me in a position to meet a lot of people, but they don't be on their shit.
Yeah.
I can't mess with you if you're not on your shit.
Absolutely. Right. So I get it. Just because you're in front of a lot of people doesn't mean you have a lot of options.
Exactly.
It comes down to who's realistic, who's real, who's trying to be real.
Exactly.
And not trying to have a dusty ass in my face.
Okay. Dusty ass fine.
Yes, I get it. So and this is a great direction we're going in. So what are some challenges you feel like you face due to being an entrepreneur when it comes to dating? And I'll say, just speaking from right now, the primary thing I'm doing is with the podcast. And so I've done a lot of different things, but this has been one thing I've been super passionate about, and I'm really gonna, take off running with, and it's taken off organically, and that's always the best.
Yes.
But I found that, for example, I am very busy with my work, like my 9 to 5, and so when I'm not working, I have to do planning for the podcast. I have to record these episodes, but I also have to make sure I take care of everyday life, like working out, like if I'm doing meal prep, whatever the case may be, spending time with friends and family, stuff of that nature. So I find that I do encounter people that literally are like, you are not that busy. Like they don't believe that you can be that busy. And so when you really try to show them like, okay, I'm going to show you my calendar. And you can see, like, I'm not out here fake busy, because it's a lot of people I think that are fake busy, that are saying they're busy, that are, like, and they are not booked and busy. And it's like, if you really are doing things out here, I find that one of the challenges is trying to find somebody, one that's understanding of your schedule, somebody that's willing to meet you, like you said, like where you are. Like if I say that I really want to get to know you, want to meet up with you, let's meet up at Starbucks for 30 minutes for this coffee. That's all the time you got for me?
First of all, you should be grateful.
Yeah. Thank you. Because I could be someone making a coin. Listen.
You're welcome, sir.
Let's be clear. Yes, that is all the time I have, and I'm trying to make it work for you. Yeah. So I think that one challenge is coming across people who are ungrateful for the time. For the time that you are trying to give them, when honestly, especially like if I'm really trying to feel you, I'm willing to compromise, shake some things up, move some stuff around. Like I'm really trying to see what's up. So I think that's something that I think men or women, it doesn't really matter either way, have to be more understanding of. If you are dealing with somebody, whether they are an entrepreneur or not, that if they have a tight schedule and they really are for real busy and not fake busy, you have to be understanding of that. So what's some other things you all feel like you face as an entrepreneur when it came to dating, or when you were on the dating field?
Well, I think kind of just tying into that a little bit, at the end of the day, everyone's not going to understand your career because they've never been in it. They might not know anybody that's in it.
Right.
But the difference between someone who is probably just BSing you and someone who really genuinely wants to get to know you is that they will try to learn your career. Yeah. So like you said, they might come with you, to, one of the events that you might have to cater for. They would come with me to one of my events that I'm hosting, or see what I do on a photo shoot behind the scenes. Right. Like they will take their time.
Take the initiative.
Yes. Conscious effort.
To get involved, to see, okay, well, you are busy, but let me see what you're doing and how can I help you? Alleviate some of that work so then you can have time for me. I think that's a real big difference. And I think so when I was dating, I mean, I was on all the apps. I was on all the apps. And I would say, okay, every, other Friday, I'm going to make time to, go out because that should be for me. Yeah. Like, I should be able to do this, or Saturday, or whatever day it might have been. Yeah. And so the guy I'm in a relationship with now, I told him at the beginning, I was like, I am busy, so but if you want to go to Saint Anejo, because they had the 2-for-1 drinks back then with the little tokens, I'd be like, I can meet you when I can. And I think there was never a pushback. It was always okay, cool, I understand. Yep. And then I will say too, the difference with me is because obviously I am a blogger. You see that I'm busy. I'm not fake busy. You see on social media, you see on the blog, I'm out here working and hustling. So it is a little bit different because I mean, if you want to creep on me, you could be like, oh yeah, she really was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing something.
Yeah.
But for your situation, obviously coming with you, or if you do post it out there, then they can see that. But they would need to take that initiative. I think, especially as the man. Yeah, you take some of your free time and come see what I'm about.
What I'm about.
Yeah.
Listen.
Come tag along.
Thank you. So I think some of the challenges that I have faced with that on the dating scene is having guys like I'm upfront. I'm gonna tell you right, like, okay, I don't have very much, like, I have time, but I have a limited amount of time where I can play, and then when I'm gonna work. And so it's like finding a guy that really understands that and who is also comfortable with not having 24/7 hour access to you, And I think it's also because, like, most guys my age, because I'm 26, like, most guys my age are still developing themselves and figuring out where they want to be and what they want to do. Yeah. So I think the fact that where I am, I feel like I'm so established and secured for my age. It can be kind of intimidating, which I know we're gonna get to that. But anyways, it's just like finding a partner that is secure in themselves or is so ambitious as well and focused and dedicated to what they're trying to accomplish, that they don't feel the need to constantly be attached to me or to feel like I'm obligated to give them every free second of my time.
Right.
I need time to unwind and have self-care and to just unplug, and I have to engage with people so that I can show up as my best self in my work. So I think it's just finding a guy, like a young guy anyway, that understands like the sacrifice that that you're putting into your business, because they can, if they're doing the same thing and if they're aligned and walking in their purpose and doing what it is they need to do so that they can feed their family and their 30s and whatnot, then they're going to be more understanding. So I think I've run into guys that they're not really understanding, they're not really secure in like their career field or their passions yet. And so when I tell them what I have going on, they don't really believe me. But they don't believe me because of me. They don't believe me because of themselves.
Because they have so much free time.
Exactly. So they don't understand. Like,
I have all this time. Why don't you?
Right. Exactly. And I like to tell my friends or like my friends and family, like, your interactions with people has more to do with them than it does with you. Like, it has to do with their own experiences, and like their perception of you has to do with their experiences.
Right. I agree with that. I agree.
True. Yeah.
So I think that since we're talking about the challenges, what would you all say someone will gain from dating someone like yourself, like a boss? Like, what does your man gain from dating you?
Yes.
First of all, I'm everything. I will say, like, I can be the number one supporter. I mean, you got, of course, now mama probably always gonna be number one.
Yeah,
but outside of the mom, I'm definitely team whoever.
Right.
And I mean, talking about, do you have a passion? Obviously, you got free time, so you need to feel that.
Thank you.
So when we first started dating, I told you I was dating, several people, which I was honest and upfront about. And I remember as we were getting a little bit more serious, I remember I sat down because we were on my couch and I was looking at him like, so what's your passion?
Yeah.
Because I figured out what I'm doing with my life. And of course, that could always change because we evolve as people.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, you think on that. And
then
while I'm still dating other people. Like, you think, no, but really. Like, you think on that because I'm not your mom.
Yeah.
And you're still trying to figure it out. And I'm not going to put my all into helping you be the best man. I'm still working on being the best woman.
Yeah.
And I remember he took it. He took it to heart. He was like, what do I like to do? I mean, obviously I have a job. I'm making good money. But like, what do I love doing? And it just so happened to be photography and cinematography. And I ain't gonna lie, my man has a good eye. Okay. Like, he's got the eye. Shout out to you, babe. Because you saved me a lot of money by taking my blog pictures.
You got a blessing right there.
But I remember, like, he came to terms with what he's passionate about. We became eye to eye, and I told him, I was like, I mean, obviously this is convenient. I'm glad that this is your passion. But I tell him this all the time. He always laughs at me. I was like, if you wanted to be the number one pencil seller, I literally tell him this all the time. I'm like, I will push your number 2 pencils.
Right.
Like, I would be like, y'all, this is the best number 2 pencil. Forget that mechanical stuff. You need this pencil with this eraser.
Right
like,
now.
I am the number one supporter of him. And I think when you date, especially if y'all are both going to be entrepreneurs, whether it's full-time entrepreneurship or part-time, because you got to, still do that 9 to 5 to pay those student loans.
Right.
I think when you do date a woman that is a boss, that isn't her own hustle, you will get that support, like, bar none. You can't compare it to anything.
You cannot.
Because she understands that grind. She understands that you want it. And any day that you're feeling down, she will lift you up higher than, and you'll be like, I I am the man.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are, honey.
Because I'm beside you.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Yes, you are. Without me, you'd be nothing but you are doing you know. But I mean, I say that jokingly, but it's true. I think when a man does find, what he's passionate about, whatever it is, even if it is a 9-to-5, because I do want to say too, not everyone has to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
If a 9-to-5 is you, because at the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, you need somebody to work for you. So,
Right.
I am not knocking it
Right.
at all. But that woman beside you, she'll push you to levels you can't even think about.
Yep, it's priceless. It's invaluable.
Yes,
I agree. So I think what someone could gain from dating someone like me is
They gonna stay full.
Right. Listen,
you definitely
do you cook for your partners?
if they deserve it.
Okay,
I
like that answer.
I'm not just serving
Oh,
up
with
wifey dishes.
Listen.
Like
look, I get it.
Show me some effort.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Most of them they just don't even. Y'all don't even get to experience. And then they be talking to their homeboys like, they're like, man, I know she be cooking for you. No, she don't. Yeah, because you went. What are you doing? Where's your effort?
You haven't earned this.
You haven't. But what I think that people can earn, not people, a man could earn from dating someone like me is having someone that holds them accountable for their actions. Like, because I am so driven and committed and focused to my goals, I like to think that I can inspire those around me to reach for more, because for me, I'm always looking for a way to constantly evolve or like upgrade my life. And it's nothing like personal, but I think we all deserve the best in life. And so just having that mindset of, okay, this is good, but I know I can do better than that. Like, on the slick can be a perfectionist, and I'm trying to move out of that because I know nobody is perfect, and being around somebody that is perfect can really be kind of demeaning to somebody else's character. Yeah. But I feel like if the man is secure enough in himself and he knows what his passion is and he knows what direction he's on, the energy and dedication that I like project and the support and like affirmations that I offer to my friends and family around me, he can use that to be inspired and to take himself to the next level. And then also I'm a very hard worker, so I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. And if you need me to step in and help you, like Virgos, here I go with the Virgo stuff again.
No, I'm with it. Virgo Nation.
Yes, like we are huge helpers, and a lot of times we put other people, especially people we care about, before ourselves.
We do. We start helping a nigga out day one that don't deserve it.
No, for real.
Like we like we trying to get your business going. We do. Unfortunately, I've learned my way.
Yes.
No more.
Yes.
But you see, day one, you want to start a business? Let's do it.
Let's go, baby. We gonna make sure like we're gonna get this plan together and I'm gonna look A, B, C, and D. We're gonna lay it out.
But we're executing that A, B, C, and D.
We are executing.
That's the unfortunate part. He's not even executing that.
And I think that'd be the problem.
He's just there.
I think that'd be the problem because we be wanting it more than them because we know what can be done.
We know, like, I could do this.
Exactly. Like, for that's slit like nothing we don't think we can
do.
Like,
literally, I always tell people, like, because Will Smith said this once, like, if I wanted to run for president of the United States, well, now the person who's in office kind of brought brought it down. But I feel like if I wanted to, like, be an astronaut, like, I could be an astronaut. Yeah. Like, I literally told my friends, like, I started, this is a sidebar, but if you all don't watch it, please tune into Dr. Pimple Popper if y'all don't watch her.
What?
So she comes on, I think, Lifetime. I watched it on YouTube. But she's a dermatologist, and she pops pimples and all this stuff. And even though I really am not a fan of blood needles and stuff, but she has, like, inspired me to want to go back to school to be a dermatologist. Stop. And I'm not going. But I told my friends, I'm like, I'm going back to school to be a dermatologist. Bye. And they were like, we believe you. They were literally like, we know if you go back to school, like, you're going to be a dermatologist. Like,
literally anything we put our mind to.
We can do. And we try to impart that upon our partners that sometimes are not worthy of it.
Exactly.
They don't receive it and don't have the willpower, the manpower, or the brain power to do it.
Exactly.
But we try to force it,
Exactly.
So that's like one of the catch-22s of being a Virgo. And I think that this is a great segue into the conversation of intimidation, because I think that, especially with you guys being entrepreneurs, I'm sure that you come across to some men as intimidating, however you want to word it. But I want to be clear about the verbiage, because we touched on this on the last episode, that I constantly get approached by men who say that I'm intimidating. But I always turn around and I say, no, you are intimidated by what's going on. So do you all find that, whether now, later, that people approach you guys saying that, with what you do, that it is intimidating?
I'm really trying to reflect back, and I don't think he was that intimidated.
Okay. Obviously not.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Might have been.
He secured the bag.
Yeah, I don't think well, he's not for that reason.
Yeah.
I think, again, just how I carried myself. And I don't know if we're going to touch on this later or not. But basically, he claims I used to be a secretary. That is not true. We did work for the same company. And I was an office manager there.
Okay.
And it was a lot of, males that worked in that field. And, people would be like, oh, no, like, no one can really talk to her. Like, nobody's worthy type situation. Which is not true because I'm a real chill chick.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, he... Shot it.
Yeah, look,
listen,
we are 3 years later. We're here.
Yeah, the rest is history.
But I will say it's funny, just because as far as like the intimidation, I shared with this, this with you all earlier, how I told him I was up front. I'm dating multiple people, and there were a few occasions where he would call, say, let's go. I'm gonna take you on a date tonight. I'd be like, ha. Sorry, I'm already booked and busy. I'll be going on a date with such and such. And he was like, you're not. I'm going to get
energy.
And I mean, I feel like he could have been like, I don't know who that man is she's going out with. He might have X amount of dollars and this or that because she's this type of chick. Right. But he was like, nah. I'm good enough. Yeah,
himself. That's the thing. That is the thing.
And I think that's what drew me to him.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I do want to be with someone that is super secure. Because again, because I'm all the way out there, I'm talking to plenty of men, all the time, whether it's an interview or, photo shoot. It could be anything.
Right.
And I need a man to be at the event. And even if he's just sitting in the back, because I'm up there hosting on the mic, I need you to be comfortable with me talking to this dude right here. Because I'm trying to make a business deal. I'm trying to make a connection. I need you to be, at the end of the day, I'm proud of you. I saw you working. Versus, who are you talking to? Like, no one has
coming
time
with that negative energy.
No one has time for that.
None at all. Do you encounter that with men in saying you're intimidating or things of that nature?
I want to say that's the reason I'm still single.
Let's label it as that.
Right.
That's why.
But, like I said just a moment ago, like our interactions with people has more to do with them than with us. Yes. And I try to remind myself of that a lot because, like I said, I'm young. I'm 26. I'm single, don't have no kids, not, whatever the case may be. And so because I don't have those, like, external influences or any, like, other things to distract me from what it is I want to accomplish, I got a clear path to go and do what it is, that I set out to do. And so I think a lot of guys my age are definitely intimidated by my drive and by my independence because, for one, I think in today's society, a lot of guys, like, they want us to need them. And it's just like,
I need you for some stuff.
Okay.
Right.
And so it just be hard to have that conversation like, listen, baby, okay, I want you, but I don't need you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I've gotten this far without you. I didn't even know you.
Yeah. Right. What they say, you're an accessory, not a necessity.
Thank you. So I think I definitely feel like because I am so young and I have accomplished so much for my age that guys are intimidated by that. But I feel like guys that are not secure in themselves are intimidated by that.
Ones.
But I feel like I haven't placed myself in a position to meet more mature men that are probably more established and actually secure in themselves.
Right.
So maybe if I get out of the realm of just meeting little fuckboys.
Right. Precisely. Because I didn't know you were your age until you posted something online about your birthday. I was like, she's only like 25, 26.
Yes.
Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I'm just 26, but I've always known what I want. And like, nothing, like, if there's like nobody can stop you at the end of the day. That's how I feel. Like, the only person that can stop you from getting from point A to point B is you.
Absolutely.
And it's your mindset. Yes. So and also I'm the youngest of 5 kids, and so I feel like that afforded me the opportunity to learn from other people's mistakes.
I'm the same way. I'm the youngest of 5 too.
Yeah. So if you paying attention, to what's going on around you, then you have the wisdom already at a young age to make smarter decisions, more strategic decisions, right? And so everybody's not afforded that opportunity, but like I said, I just feel like, guys my age are definitely intimidated, so I just need to start looking for somebody a little older that already knows what they're wanting.
More mature.
Or at least,
sometimes you may come across somebody your age that is more mature than the average bear.
Yeah.
But do you all think that in our society, this day and age, do you think that women, is it the women or is it the men? Are we really intimidating to guys? Or, is it what you just said? Guys just need to step up.
They just need to step up.
They need to step up to the plate.
Yeah, we can't own
Be a
that.
man.
I can't do me and do you.
Listen,
you know, I'm not your mother. And if
right.
I wanted to have kids, I would have had kids.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I mean, I do want kids. I mean, let me not, misconstrue that. I do want to have kids, a man, a family. Like, I don't want it to come off like I'm so independent. I don't
want a grown kid.
Yeah.
I don't want a 25-year-old kid.
Thank you.
No one has time for that.
Yeah, or a 35-year-old kid for that matter.
Yeah, and it's just like...
It's like a nightmare spooky.
I don't have time to raise you, sir. I got shit to do. And you should have shit to do, too.
What can Michelle say? Can't raise a man.
Can't raise a man. I'm not interested in raising a man.
So what do you feel in that instance, since we know that, trying to find a partner who is mature, somebody who is able to step up to the plate, who is not intimidated by, even if I'm dating multiple guys, they're like, I want you, you going to step right here to what I want. What do you think entrepreneurs or women who are bosses and going forward in their life, like what should we be looking for in a partner?
Well, first of all, shout out to all social media. I think you need to be looking for honest people.
Yes.
I mean, there are definitely those men out there that, they can come suited, booted, looking finer than whatever.
And suited.
And tell you they're single and they have a whole family in the same city. I mean, I think honesty is definitely a big thing.
Yes, number one.
Upfront honesty. I'm very big on that. The guy that I'm in a relationship now, when we were dating, I was honest. I was like, I'm dating multiple people. I really don't care what you're doing. I'm dating multiple people. Because I am. I mean, I don't have anything to hide. I'm not ashamed. That doesn't mean I'm sleeping with every single person I'm going on a date with. I'm just meeting people, seeing also what I like, what I don't like.
It's called dating.
That is
like
exactly
when
what
Kelly did it on Saved by the Bell. When she
so
was dating Zach and that other guy.
Right. So it's okay. I think too, finding somebody with some drive, some ambition. I think again, everybody's on different paths in life. Everyone's in a different stage in life. So I think, again, this was 3 years ago when we started dating. I was okay with saying, you figure out your passion. Because I'm still dating other people and I'm still focusing on me. Yeah. I'm still giving you a little bit of my attention, but I personally was okay with that at that time.
Right.
Now, we're 3 years down the line. Now, if we had just met today, I don't know if I'd be on that same,
on the same wavelength.
Same tip. Yeah. I might have been like, oh, you don't have your passion? Yikes.
I'm out.
Right.
I had a conversation.
I was like, we can always meet for drinks, but
that's it. I had a conversation with somebody today. Oh, it was Facebook. My friend, she texted me. We're talking about how people are saying that she was like, if I'm at a 9 and you're at a 3, like I'm not coming down into that 3 to meet you.
Yeah.
I was like, at this day and age, if you cannot meet me where I'm at and I understand, and go forward, then I can't fool with you. And there were people in the comments saying stuff like, well, life could happen to you and you could drop down to a 3. We said, no. We're talking about character traits.
Yeah, thank you.
Not material things.
And I'm saying, and that is the difference. And I think too, you can tell who's a hard worker and who's not when you meet them. Like it's one thing to maybe not necessarily have a passion outline, but you can tell you're a hard worker, and should we ever get married, I can tell you will do what you gotta do. Like if you lost your job, you will go slide at McDonald's real quick and make this money. Like
do whatever you have to do.
And I could tell you're a hard worker. So in my mind, I was like, okay, if he can find out what his passion is, we can probably make this, we can make this work. Thankfully, that's what happened. But at the same time, I also knew that it wasn't figured out. So I'm going to keep my options open because I'm not about wasting time and energy. So I think, again, each person is different. At the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you for where you are in life.
Yes.
I mean, like we said, you can't raise no man. No. You can't make the decisions like you girls do for other people and tell them what they should be doing.
Unfortunately.
But at the same time, I do say, if you have the time and energy and you want to put that in it, put a little thought and see if it's worth it. Because the funny thing is, which I haven't shared, I tried to hook him up with one of my secretaries that worked underneath me.
Look at you.
But she was like, like, I don't want to date. I said, okay. And I was like, I'm not dating right now either. And then it just so happened months passed and I was like, he's a really good catch. I'm like, sorry, sis. I'm really like, you could have had it going, but I don't know what you were on, but
but it's fine. Thank goodness you were on it.
I said thank you. Yeah.
Thank goodness you were on it. I love that. The honesty, the ambition, the integrity of it all.
Yeah.
And just being a hard worker. That plays such a huge piece of it. Because there's so many people that, like we talk about being fake busy. There's people who are fake working hard.
No, for real.
That's not doing nothing.
Not a thing. Okay. Yeah. They doing the minimum at they 9 to 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
And looking at me like you doing something for real.
Right.
So what would you say we need to look for in a partner?
I say for me, what's important right now is somebody that I can actually see that is actively, their actions match their words.
Yes.
Like, for me, like, you can talk all day long and say, oh, I'm doing this, or what are your actions? I'm not even listening to you at this point. Like, what are you showing me? I had to learn that the hard way. What are you showing me? And then I also, like, when I'm getting to know somebody, I think it's important to ask about the family dynamics. Like, what type of environment did you grow up in? Are you even...
Did wolves raise you?
Are you emotionally available?
Yes.
Are you emotionally mature enough for me to even comfortably communicate my emotions?
Yes.
And I feel like our interactions with people can only, like, understand you based off, you know, their level of perception.
Right.
So
True.
is it even worth me expressing to you, like, in a respectful manner, like, okay, hey, you know, I see you don't have too much going on, and like you said, asking them, what is your passion, what's something that drives you, what's something that inspires you.
Yes.
Having somebody that's emotionally mature enough to be able to
receive it.
Yeah.
And not start an argument.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Like, for no reason.
And not deflect it. Why you worry about me?
Deflection.
Because I'm looking at you every day.
Right. I was trying to make it work.
Right.
Yeah. And so just knowing if, for one, they've come from an environment where they were raised on love or they were raised on survival. I feel like that's very important.
Very important.
On the way that you guys are going to interact and the way that you're going to make decisions, you know, if you do decide to get serious. And then somebody that is honest, you know, somebody that is comfortable expressing how they feel. I cannot stand dealing with a boy. I would a boy.
Yes.
Call it what it is.
Right.
Dealing with a boy that expects you to, like, read their mind.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, expects
Because they talk about women do that. No, men do it too.
Like, listen, I'm not your mother, sweetheart. Let's use our word. I love to say use your words.
Words are important.
We are adults. Like,
all
let me
words matter.
know. Yeah, let me know what it is that you need. And my thing is, like, if you're not where you want to be yet, be honest about that. Be yourself. I'm not asking you just because I seem like I have my shit together.
I'm human still.
Right. I'm still human, you know, and so just be honest with me. Don't show up as a person you think that I want you to be, because then on down the line, after you done got comfortable, the real you gonna come out, and I'm like, wait a minute, I have been bamboozled.
Yeah. I have been
bamboozled.
You have scammed me.
Sir.
You have scammed me.
Sir, so I just need somebody that is just honest, somebody that is emotionally available, emotionally mature, somebody that is hardworking, ambitious, dedicated. And somebody that's secure. Just please be secure. I'm so tired of being insecure with boys.
And someone that's ready to show up and do the work.
Thank you.
Because in order to do all those things, you have to be willing to work at them consistently.
Yes,
consistently. Work with me, work at them consistently. And if you aren't willing to do that work consistently, they say, love doesn't have to really be hard. It can be easy. But you have to consistently work at it.
Yes. You have to show up.
You have to show up. Yeah. Participate.
Goddamn.
It does not. Look, it does not happen on its own. It's not like something you could just send off and it's going to function like a well-oiled machine. You give it an oil change every 3-4 months. No, love does not work that way.
It's more than a feeling. It's a commitment. You know, you got to show up on the days, even on days you don't feel like showing up. You know? Like, come on now.
Absolutely. I love that. So there was an article I want to bring up that was published by the Huffington Post. And I saw it a couple of places too. It said that broke men are hurting America's... Hold on,
Oh, the poor brothers. Okay.
It said... Hold on. Broke men are hurting American women's marriage prospects. And so I bring this up because I know that ultimately if you are an entrepreneur, you are about your dollar and you have to go out and work hard to make your money to pay your bills. So when it comes to you allowing somebody in your space, you're probably not going to be a fan of somebody coming around that's super broke because they're going to be begging from you, looking for you, and every dime counts, you know, because you don't, you know, that check is not like 9 to 5 corporate America. So your coins are different. So, you know, and when it says broke men are hurting American women's marriage prospects, what falls under that umbrella is they said that finding a man with a stable job and a good income. So how would you all feel about dating a man that you... Don't make me laugh.
I'm sorry.
How would you all feel about dating a man that you make more money than? Like, you're the breadwinner. Is that a deal breaker for you?
Okay, so it's not a deal breaker.
Okay.
And I'm saying this now in a relationship of 3 years. So if we're just going off of both of our 9 to 5s, he definitely makes more money. Okay. Now, based off of what I make from my brand deals and all that, because listen, the sister gets a check, okay?
Right.
I make a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Right.
and he's okay with that. I mean, I'm not giving him a stipend or nothing, but ain't none of that. But he's just secure enough. And what I appreciate is like anytime I get a nice brand deal, like we're talking like a nice deal, I'm comfortable going to him saying, babe, I just signed the contract for X amount of dollars. And he'll be like, yes, go, babe.
Yes.
Like, I mean,
celebrate you.
Yeah, and which I appreciate, because I feel like that goes back to that security as a man. He can be like, congratulations. Yeah, and then be salty.
Like, ooh.
But he is always...
I cannot forget, I was messing with somebody when I bought my house, and he was like, the dry, like, congrats.
First of all, same.
What?
Same.
Yeah, it's like a real dry. Like,
same.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, you would have been dropped today.
Same.
Foolishly, I didn't.
I even had him go to... He was like... we were dating during the time, and he was like, I didn't think it was gonna happen for you that fast. I wish we would have did it together. Oh, really?
What?
Oh, you thought that I was waiting on you?
Yeah, you thought.
Oh no,
it's wild out there in the streets.
Look, didn't even come to the closing or nothing. Salty, like, congrats.
What?
No, sir.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You would have been dropped today.
Yes. Now I can say that's what would have happened.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even be in that position with somebody. But what you're saying is awesome, that you have somebody who will celebrate you, and that's what you want.
Yes. It's very important. I think especially, I'm not gonna lie, like these goals I had for 2020, like I have to be with someone that is okay with me in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And you, I hate to say on the sidelines, but basically on the sidelines or backstage, whatever, VIP access.
Holding the curtain.
Right.
Yes.
But being back there, the side, wherever, just being my number one support.
Right.
Because I'm in the spotlight and this is my dream that's being achieved.
Yeah.
Right.
That's very big. But yeah, as far as who makes more money, I mean, you making good money, so babe, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
But I'm also making great money, so
Yes,
I'm very happy.
So I'm
with
happy
that
with this too, and it's
Yeah.
not going to end anything. And I think it's
No.
ultimately because of the support that you
and
have.
that's what it boils down to.
That's
for
the
me
awesome
personally.
part. What would you say? Would that be a deal breaker with you being the breadwinner?
It won't be. And I've actually dated somebody that I did make more money with. Now, unfortunately, it was the most toxic relationship that I have ever been in. But that goes back to, for one, he wasn't happy with himself, so he wasn't secure with himself. And ultimately, I feel like if you're dealing with somebody that's not happy with who they are as an individual, they're going to project the way that they feel onto you. They're going to project their insecurities and things onto you, and that can really put a damper on you. So for me, I don't personally have a problem dating somebody that makes less money than me, but I need you to be actively working towards, because
elevating.
Thank you, because I am always focused on evolving and being the best, that I can be for the level that I'm on. I need my partner to be working towards it too.
Yeah.
And because, I feel like the person that I am, because I am so driven and committed, I'm going to hold up unconsciously. Now, I'm not just trying to do this to make you feel bad, but I feel like as Virgos, because we are so quote unquote perfect, we hold up this mirror to the people that are around us, and when they look into that mirror, sometimes they feel inadequate, right? Like they're not doing enough because we're doing so much,
right?
But we're not doing so much to make you feel less than. And like you said, like I said, if you're secure enough, you're going to use that to fuel a fire within inside you, to inspire you to reach and grab and evolve for more,
right?
So I mean, I don't mind as long as the bills are getting paid and we have this understanding. We are both happily pursuing what it is that makes it's what we want to do, and it's allowing us to provide for ourselves and our family. Then that's fine. The end goal is for us, the bag to be secured, for us to emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually be in alignment with ourselves and with each other. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I'm not raising a son. I don't want a grown son.
Dominic have a job though.
Yeah. That's
sir, you have to be doing something. This is not a daycare, okay?
It's not.
Thank you.
I want to play devil's advocate and ask this question. Okay. So say if you were single, you are single.
Okay.
Would you date somebody that is an Uber driver and that's their only source of income and they are okay with that?
Okay. Let me say this. Now, I have encountered a few Uber and Lyft drivers that say they are making bank.
Okay.
So, let me start with that.
Yeah, okay.
I heard they have a good insurance plan.
Okay.
So, that could be okay.
It could
now, I personally would be like, but what's next?
Okay.
And I say that for several reasons. But the main one is, I mean, yes, those two driving apps right now, they're definitely hot. They're popping.
They are.
If they go away tomorrow, what's your plan? Tell me, sir. I need to
know.
know.
Say that.
Like,
I didn't even think about that. If they go away tomorrow,
I need to know. So, like, for me, obviously, as a blogger, as a host, okay, so I told y'all earlier in the show, my Instagram is my breadwinner right now. If my Instagram goes away, what's my plan? I have 3 of them.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I have another business I'm working on now. You know, I have a strategy.
Yeah.
So, again, I don't have a problem with it, especially if it is bringing in enough money for you to live off on and to save, because saving is very important. But again, what's your backup plan if something goes awry in the Uber space or with your car?
Right.
Sir, hello, because wait, you're not taking mine. Okay?
Thank you.
My car will be with me at my job.
Right.
So I think, again, I don't have a problem with it, but like, I just need to know what your 5-year plan, your 3-year plan is, your strategy.
Yeah.
I agree. I didn't even think about it like that.
Look, I was like,
well, she was like, if it goes away tomorrow, what are you going to do?
What are we doing?
And that's very valid.
And I think people have to realize, and this is with any job.
Any job.
No, yeah.
I mean, I got let go from my job back in 2017, around this time actually, and when I say I thought the job was secure, I mean, I was like, I will be here until I leave. Like, until I want to walk out this door. That was not the case. And so I feel like the Uber CEOs could be like, you know what? We are rich enough. Like,
we're done.
We are done. Everyone cash out your 401k. We are done. I mean, and then what? Steve driving down the street.
And then
what? Like, the app is shut down. What am I doing today?
Right.
You know, so again, it all goes just back into strategy. I don't care. Well, I do care what you do, but I almost don't care what you do as long as you have a legal job, you pay your taxes, and you saving some money
your bills, saving, and you got a backup plan if this don't work.
I'm good with it.
I like it. What do you think, Sam?
I definitely agree with what she said, like 100%, because, like, I mean, I have a plan A, B, C, and D, so you need to have a plan A, B, C, and D. You know, at least B and C after A. You know, so I think that is very important, because what if you get sick or you're in a car wreck, you know, a car accident or something that, you know, like, you can't have all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
And with me, I had to learn that, you know, the hard way, kinda, and it's just like having to create multiple streams of income.
Yes.
You know, residual income too. Like, it's just, what is your brain focused on? Like, there's no way, like, you did not, you know, like, when they ask you what you want to be when you grow up, like, I'm just gonna be an Uber driver. Like, I'm just okay with that. Like, no, that's first of all, I think my standards are just probably too high to even be with something. Like, it's fine if that's what's working for you right now, because I, you know, as an entrepreneur, I even drive part-time for Amazon right now and deliver packages whenever business is slow. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and I'm okay with that. You know, like, I understand that, because everything is not always going to go according to your plan. Sometimes God is going to take you a different direction, and you didn't even see that coming, so you need to be prepared. You need to be able to be flexible, but you also need to have, you know, another plan to, like, okay, if this don't work out, what am I going to do? So I think that's very important.
I love it. So, you know, I had to play that little devil's advocate.
Yeah.
That's good.
So we will be right back with the resolution. We are now introducing a new segment to the podcast. This is called Living Single. We want you guys to send in any of your relationship questions, if you need advice, or if you just want to give feedback on the show on a topic that we've discussed. Feel free to DM them on Instagram to Shanna Montana, or you can inbox me on Facebook, Living Single, and we'll definitely be touching on these topics on each episode going forward. All right, so this brings us to the resolution segment, and this time we're going to do a quick roundtable to talk about what we have to do as entrepreneurs in general overall, not just the ladies on the podcast, but what we have to do overall to make sure that we don't allow our entrepreneurship to prevent us from finding the love that we desire, since this is a podcast about being single or not to be. So what would you say up first?
I'd say for myself personally, I have to make time for it. First off, I have to be I have to stop being so reserved and be open to that. And just really put myself in a position for one to do more networking anyway for business. But you know, I can just so happen to meet
networking
somebody.
For love.
That work too. That too. So I just need to be more open to just getting out there and to just not have, I don't know, I'm just probably gonna have my guard up all the time just because
the right person will help you to get it down.
I hope so.
I think that, like you said,
quickly.
Quickly, yes.
You'll be like, girl, you fast up already?
Yeah.
I just
faster than you thought.
If he does have that energy, though, I'm definitely open to it. And you know, I seen something the other day on Instagram that was like, just because I carry it well doesn't mean that it's hard, that it's not heavy.
Yes.
And so, while I am like a young, strong, independent woman, I don't want to do it alone by myself for the rest of my life. I want to be able to share that with somebody, and I want to have a family and kids and things. So I just have to be able to do more on my part to get out there and actually
and date and venture out. And I think it's great what you're saying, because I think people your age, being 26, can relate. And you really are ahead of the game, because I would say the things that you're saying, I damn sure wasn't saying at 26. My mind was not there.
I was living my best single life.
Yeah, that look.
Okay.
I was somewhere like I ain't give a relationship.
Right.
Like meet somebody. Like I can meet some people, but it ain't gonna be no relationship material. So I think you are ahead of the game. But whether somebody's 26, 36, 46, if they're single and out here, they can relate to that. Being open to it, receiving it. And like you said, just because you carry it well doesn't mean the load isn't heavy.
Right.
And sometimes I think that the burden sometimes of trying to figure out what's right and who I should be with and what I should sacrifice, it's all kind of tricky. But sometimes I think you have to just let go and let the chips fall where they may.
Oh, this is true.
It's a risk.
This
it's
is
like
true.
rolling the dice.
This is true.
But it can be worth it.
Yeah.
I need it to be worth it, okay? Your girl is tired at 26.
Like Maybelline, maybe she's worth it.
Listen, God, come on. I know you have more in store for me than this. I know you didn't want me to carry it all by myself.
Right. He's still prepping them for us.
Yeah, he is. He's baking. He's baking.
I would say I definitely agree with that. And I think, too, just figuring out yourself. I think you have to know where you are and then kind of what you're ready for, because you can be in a state where you're like, okay, I actually do have a little more free time than I thought, so I will take my chance, with maybe 3 people this month, maybe 4 people next month.
Yeah. And
if it goes great. If not, that's fine. I'm learning what I like and what I don't like.
Right.
But then you also, on the flip side, have to take that time. And if you decide, okay, I am so close to this one goal, even though, again, y'all listen, y'all always gonna have goals. Okay?
You are. It's
so
gonna
true.
go up and up and up.
So that can't be the hindrance. But if you're like, I am so close to this one goal, landing this deal, whatever it might be, I only have time to date one person. Make sure you screen that person, whether you're on an app, maybe it's a friend suggestion, trying to do a blind date, so your time isn't wasted. But like we suggested earlier in the podcast, do a 30-minute coffee. Like, it doesn't, again, it doesn't need to be this whole 4-hour date. Make it quick, and which I think could be fun too, and also a quicker way to figure out what you like, what you don't like.
Right.
Very quickly, after a coffee, you're done. You did that during your lunch break. On to the next.
Right. I love it. And I think that, of course, in addition to what they stated, you have to, I think for many of us, stop getting in our own way. I think that we have this mindset for many of us. We want to be a boss. We are an entrepreneur. We know how to achieve things in life.
Yes.
So I think that sometimes when we can't conquer that relationship piece, we're like, I can do everything else.
Yes, I can.
Why can't I get this?
Ooh,
Like, I can't just find somebody and fix them and make them how I want to be.
You do not have time to fix it.
Look, build a man. Look,
Listen, that's
build
the
a man.
problem.
No,
That's
we
the problem.
cannot.
That is
Or
the problem.
we have to allow the fear that we have of things going wrong to get out of our way, because we fear that.
Yeah.
We have to allow, it's a good thing having the spirit of discernment.
Yes.
But we can't be out here just discerning that everybody is wrong.
Sometimes people use it a little too much.
Yeah.
Like,
So everybody
discernment.
against you. My spirit said, what?
First of all, the spirit's not even talking.
Right.
It's another room. The Lord is not pleased right now. The Lord is not pleased.
The Lord didn't even lead you here.
Not at all. You walked here by yourself, sis. None of that. So what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I think that we have to stop. I think sometimes the rules and regulations, I know, and all the things I'm saying, I'm so guilty of, and I'm trying to work my way out of. But I think that we have to make sure we don't have, this set list. This is what it should look like. This is what it should feel like. This is what it should be like. This is
my
what,
problem right there.
And I think it's smart to have a mindset of, what you are looking for, what your standards and requirements. But you can't expect for everybody to fit in a certain box, Because even like you said with your man, that initially you tried to hook him up with somebody else. You didn't even realize that blessing was right in front of you.
Did not, when I say I didn't realize, I was like, yeah, sis, why don't you go ahead and date him? Like, he's a great guy. I think they literally went on one date, and she was like, And I was like, gosh, he seems like he's, level-headed, got a great... I was like, I don't know.
Look,
then months later, listen, okay.
That was God set him up for you.
Right,
So I think that we have to come out of those constraints. But overall, it comes down to, we don't want to diminish what it is that we do. If we are a boss, we want to be a boss. We want to work within that. And ultimately, we want to find somebody who is able to meet us where we are,
Yes.
and not be foolish about it. You know, like I said, we don't have so many rules and constraints, but you kind of do. You got to have some.
Yeah.
The standards, the requirements, the non-negotiables. I feel like some people don't like having those lists, but I think you got to have a list to some extent.
I think you have to have, a few things on there. And
somebody guide you.
Yeah, some of them can be a little flex. Flexible.
Yeah.
But no, you should definitely have something.
Yeah, you can't go in the blindsided or you'll wind up like we did with situationships, fuck boys.
We all been there.
Lord Jesus, I pray that
and
age is
we've been
over.
delivered.
Delivered.
Amen.
Amen. We can all touch and agree. That's that on that. That's that on that. So give yourselves a round of applause.
Yes.
The guests are always, your values are always appreciated. Your opinions, we love them. And we thank you for coming on the podcast. And we will be right back with the Montana Minute. And now this brings us to the Montana Minute. The first thing, if you're a boss, own it and never let anyone diminish your shine. You've worked hard for it, so bask in it. The next thing, make sure that you don't allow your work to take up so much space in your life that you forget to make time for love. And that's only if love is important to you. And if you're listening to this podcast, it probably is. And the last thing, once you find love, pour the same love and passion that you pour into your business into your partner so that you can thrive and flourish as you desire. So now, I leave you with the question to decide, to be single or not to be. Signing off, yours truly, Shanna Montana.